So before we get into this story, we have heard that Surrey and Essex police are looking into some of the claims in the Epstein files, and we know that most UK police forces will look now into whether they have any connection in their areas to the Epstein files. However, what we want to see here in the UK, and I'm sure in America as well, is not arrest for sharing public information from office or whatever from people like Prince Andrew or the disgraced former prince. We want to see arrests for sex crimes, for the actual things happening in these files. We want to see arrests for rape, for trafficking, for even possibly murder at this point because some of the wording in the files. We want to know what happened to these victims, and we want the names of the people involved to stop being redacted. Let's start protecting victims for once instead of protecting these predators. So we're hearing now that Epstein actually paid a private detective just before a police raid on his Florida home, his mansion there. He paid the private detective to take all of the files and stash them in rented lockups across the United States of America. The financial records show that from 2005, just before this raid, Epstein leased at least 6 storage units over more than a decade, including facilities in Florida and New York, and some of those payments continued right up until the time of his death in 2019. Now, if they are in his name and financial records show this, why were they not looked into at the time of the raid when you know that somebody you're raiding is actually spending money on hiring all of these storage facilities? Makes no sense to me. I'm still absolutely baffled how we can keep having all of these files dropped. We can keep hearing all of this stuff about baby farming. We can hear about all of these arrangements between this man and all of those people in the files, and yet who's been arrested? Who's been held to account? Where is justice at this point?